Hey Libra, welcome to your second half of August reading. Yay, it's Libra's turn. Air signs were up first for the first half of August, so you got moved to the back of the line and you've all been very, very patient, and I thank you for that. But I am bringing you a general reading for the collective of Libra Sun and Rising. If it doesn't resonate and you're here as Libra Sun, you can check out the video that aligns with your rising sign or be a cross watcher for the sun or rising of your divine counterpart. Lots of good information comes through that way. I do have a standing invitation for you, Libra. Please join us in the Priestess Lounge. Below every video on this channel is a link in the description box that says join us in the Priestess Lounge. It's the private Facebook group that is associated with this channel. It is all about walking the spiritual path together. It's not a tarot group, but we have a lot of beautiful energy in that group, a lot of like-minded souls. We'd love to have you. So please accept that as my standing invitation. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope if you enjoy the reading, you will click subscribe. And for those who are returning, I appreciate your continued support and beautiful energy. Okay, I am pulling two cards from Spirit Animal Oracle, one for Divine Masculine, one for Divine Feminine. And of course, as always, feel free to flip the energies around as needed. The storyline's more important than the labels we put on ourselves. Okay, Masculine gets Wombat Spirit. Be at home. Be at home. Card 68. That feels like, sort of hunkering down, being at home in your skin, in your life, with yourself. It's a lovely, sweet energy, and it is feels very nurturing. Feels very nurturing. Kind of good for Virgo season. We are in Virgo season now, and that just kind of feels that way. Feminine gets card 45, Parrot Spirit. Watch your words, Libra. For the feminines here, Parrot Spirit, watch your words. Beautiful card, though. Okay, be at home and watch your words. And then we have one more card that I'm pulling from Goddess Power Oracle, just for the Libras watching. Want to see what Goddess is bringing you some empowerment or alignment messages this time around. I love this deck. It's so gorgeous. I will read from the book because it's a lot to memorize, and the messages are really beautiful. Okay. Goddess coming through just for our Libra Sun and Rising. Here we go. Lakshmi. Wow, Goddess of Fortune. I love that. Beautiful. That's wonderful. I love the good fortune. Card 27. It's upright, so it is an empowerment message. Here we go, Libra. It says, when the Hindu goddess Lakshmi comes to visit, she heralds a celebration of your purpose, wisdom, and compassionate prosperity. All your experience and all of your skills are rich with meaning and purpose. As a result, you can expect to see evidence of this wealth in the world around you. You have the ability right now to create great success in your life, and what you have to offer has exalted value. Ooh, I love that. The goddess of luck and prosperity says it's time to share your good fortune with others, and she will show you how it multiplies when you apply gratitude, praise, and a commitment to serve. If it's material success you intend, you shall co-create it. If it's a rich relationship life, you will attract and develop it. You are a magnet for miracles. Nothing is out of reach when the goddess Lakshmi comes calling. I love that. You are a magnet for miracles. Oh, I just love that message. So yeah, there was once a time, it's just a little side note, when I was having like the rest of the world, financial struggle. And a very dear friend of mine said, I know you don't have much, but I want you to, take whatever you $1, $5, right? 50 cents, whatever it is. And I want you to give it away, just randomly. Give it away. And I was like, are you out of your mind? And she was trying to teach me that, you know, it's in that death grip we have on material things that kind of keeps us in that loop of poverty consciousness and scarcity mindset. I think that's part of the message here. And the minute I released it, it was like I really felt like a different person. I was like, oh, well, that was easy. Like, why did I put up such a fight? And I think it was like within 3 or 4 weeks, I got like a refund check that I didn't even expect, that I didn't even know there was money out there that belonged to me, you know? And I was just like, oh, now I get this whole thing. I understand. So I kind of feel that's part of the message is find your own way with whatever has meaning to you, to pay something forward, to serve and to be generous and charitable with whatever. Sometimes all we have to give is our time. That's good too. And watch the way you co-create the miracles in your life. It's a great message, Libra. Thanks for letting me pontificate. Okay. If you're here, you know how I am. Well, King of Swords. Masculine, showing up in the energy of King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarian energy. Someone who, they're in their higher vibration, it's about living up to their own high ideals and standards, wanting to do things the right way. This is not a very warm and fuzzy person, though. This is kind of cool and aloof sometimes. A little bit of an enigma. Feminine, see? Yeah. Feeling ghosted, kind of feeling out in the cold, maybe devalued on some level, unstable for sure, not feeling very much of the good fortune, right? Feeling instability and could even be on a financial level for some of you, but we'll see. All right, 9 of Wands. Knight of Pentacles is the present experience. So this is someone who's moving very slowly. World endings and new beginnings. I think they're closing something out. In the past, there's a 9 of Wands. This is about perseverance, pushing through a very challenging period, almost like being on your last legs. Like you got nothing, almost nothing left to give, ready to quit. But the message of the 9 of Wands is this is not the time to quit. It's the time to persevere. And that last little bit you've got in the reserve tank, boom, let it burst forth. And then we've got this really slow, methodical rollout of whatever this King of Swords is taking action on. Very deliberate, responsible, methodical, practical, dependable even. But this is a person with a plan. So this King of Swords is creating a plan for a new beginning. Completion of one cycle and a brand new beginning. And that is Aquarius and Capricorn in that world card. Got some Aquarian energy on that side. For some of you, that will be important. 6 of Swords in the past and a Page of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. I feel like maybe this feminine feels breadcrumbed a bit. Yeah. Well, we've got the 5 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups for this feminine. The 5s are about change, yes, but they're also about instability. Things can feel chaotic, out of balance, dispiriting. The 5 of Cups in the future is a focus on what's gone wrong in the past. If you can look at that person's energy is all focused on what they've lost, on what's toppled over, instead of the 2 cups that are standing right bolt upright behind them. And I always like to think of the 2 cups here as the 2 of Cups. It just always seems to give me that kind of energy. Other readers say something different, but that's just my feeling about it. But this card is about, are you going to stay in the past and keep repeating the same mistakes, because this is regrets of the past, mistakes of the past, or are you going to get beyond it? So I feel like that's an issue, and right now this feminine's feeling very destabilized, maybe feeling abandoned on some level, or just that their worth is that they're not being valued. They're not being seen or treated as valuable, and I think on some level they feel like they're only being given enough to keep them roped into this masculine sphere. In the past, they wanted to move on to calmer waters, get some balance of the mind, peace of mind almost, but what they're getting right now is very destabilizing. I keep using that word, it's just how I feel. Something's really out of whack for the feminine. And it may have to do with the fact that the masculine seems to be moving through a process of their own, processing something very slowly. That came through in the Gemini reading as well. A lot of the same cards in that Gemini reading. If you're dealing with a Gemini Libra, you may want to check that out. King of Swords, please. Wow. Double king. King of Swords, King of Swords. That's kind of crazy. So yeah, this it feels to me as if likely an air sign, if not a lot of air in their chart. This is someone who lives by a code, whether it's code of honor, discipline, truth, integrity. Usually found in fields like law enforcement or the legal profession or military, homeland security, security agents, right? See what I'm saying? There's an energy around this King of Swords that feels very disciplined and with high ideals and a desire for putting their best foot forward in terms of their intellect, their reasoning, their logic, but also their integrity and their character is important to this person. As a result, they're, like I said, they're not real warm and fuzzy. Every king has extra swords. This is swords on swords, and now Spirit's doubled down here, so it's very, very steely, very cool. Someone who's doesn't come off their position very easily, okay? So I'll just say that much. And yeah, guarded. Underneath, very guarded. Four of Pentacles. Trying to maintain some serious boundaries here. Not showing their full hand, like I said. Cool, aloof, detached even. 9 of Wands in the past. Yeah, looking for some information. The Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Wow, these two cards. Yeah, it's exactly what this feminine is feeling right now. In the past, this could be very recent. It goes, everybody's storyline's different. This masculine was, moving forward, yes, but it felt like a struggle. A big struggle, and they were waiting for some information or kind of keeping tabs on this feminine. Doesn't feel creepy to me, but more or less just sort of their ear to the ground, keeping an eye on things, not really sure what they're dealing with, and so just doling out enough to keep this feminine interested, but not really offering anything very substantial. Grounded, tangible, but yeah. Just little breadcrumbs. Knight of Pentacles moving very slowly. They are constructing a plan, moving forward, but taking their time. It's cautious energy. Yeah, they are. Wow. Something definitely has to die off before this masculine can move forward. See, we have endings and new beginnings. This would represent ending. The transformation. Something's coming to an end, being transformed. The masculine's feeling stuck at a loss of what to do next, overthinking the whole situation, which makes sense because I'm seeing all the King of Swords energy. One more on this, please. Yes, Four of Cups, emotionally detached. They're really emotionally detached. Look at that. Again, looking at 3 cups there, I find that so interesting, and completely not seeing the Ace of Cups being offered right in front of them. So there's like a disengagement, detachment is what keeps coming through. There's a detached air about this masculine while they're in the midst of some major change that's happening now. And that may be why they're so unavailable and why this feminine is feeling so out in the cold. But going forward, there is completion of a cycle and a beginning of something new. World card in the future. A sign of a big shift to come, that's for sure. We got a conflict, something they have to deal with. 5 of Wands and the Fool. So in a way, I almost feel like before they can take the leap, before they can step onto the new path, into the new journey forward, the new beginnings, there's a conflict that has to be resolved. And that may be why they're so tightly controlled here. I do feel tight control, taking their time, lots of fears, definitely. Underneath in the future, they're going to have a lot of apprehension about taking that leap. The conflicts will come up that will need to be dealt with before they can move forward comfortably. So this is like apprehension, insecurity, fears of the unknown, right? And that Fool is always leaping into the unknown. So feminine, 5 of Pentacles. Why is the 5 of Pentacles here? Queen of Wands, and Judgment. Second chances and forgiveness, answering the call of the connection. I feel as if the feminine underneath 10 of Swords, this feminine knows what they want. Could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. If not, just in the energy of stepping into their power, reclaiming their power even. Very clear that they want this connection with the past life soulmate. Judgment card, another Scorpio card. We have Scorpio twice now. The Fool is Aquarius and the Moon is Pisces. But we have this energy of answering the call of the connection with the past life soulmate, the twin flame soulmate. And also, it is about a second chance and forgiveness and moving forward. And I almost feel as if this feminine is saying, yeah, I'm very clear on what I want. And I'm going to go for it. Underneath, however, there is this 10 of Swords. So sometimes that's an ending. Sometimes it's the end of a painful cycle. And that's what it feels like this feminine is prepared to offer forgiveness and stick a fork in whatever it was that went wrong. We're done with that. But it's all landing on this 5 of Pentacles. And it almost makes me feel as if the feminine is either feeling ghosted or sort of completely out of the picture, unable to answer the warmth of this connection, but they're ready to. Unable to access it, I should say. But they're ready to answer it, is what I meant to say. Old lady tripping over her words. In the past, I think the feminine thought they were on the way to a calmer shore. But that's not what happened. Yeah. Crossroads. 6 of Swords, clarified by the 2 of Swords. I feel as if this feminine was like, wait a minute, I need clarity here. I'm not seeing things very clearly. I want to move to calmer waters. I don't have the clarity I need to move forward. So this was a moment where this feminine wasn't really sure what was going on, what they were dealing with, and ended up on a very solitary journey in the hermit energy, seeking the wisdom, right? Maybe kind of pulling back. Virgo in this card. We are, I'm feeling as if this feminine was just pulling back and saying, look, I got to really understand the situation. I need more clarity about it. around it. Both these cards are very solitary, an inner search for the insight, the knowledge, the wisdom before you move on. So I do feel like the feminine hit a bump and said, well, I'm just going to pull back. Page of Pentacles is their present experience of the connection. Nothing much being offered. This deck. Yeah. They're stressing about it. I definitely feel this is, a card of breadcrumbing. They're not being offered. Yep, there's your card, Libra. Justice. Something's not in balance. Very unfeeling, out of balance. We have fives here, the 2 5s, and the Justice card. All about an imbalance. Something isn't fair or balanced. One more on that. Right. 6 of Pentacles. This is what this feminine needs. Balance, fairness, equal give and take, some darn reciprocity. They're not getting that. They're getting little teeny offers here and there, and it's probably not very consistent. Okay? So that's why they're stressing about it. Losing sleep over it. Worried. Anxious. And going forward, the 5 of Cups. Unable to get beyond it. Sadness and grief, maybe even some depression. I see the anxiety, so it's not a far leap. And it's just going to take some time. I feel like the feminine is going to have to work through this energy very slowly. Let it unfold organically. That's what the 7 of Pentacles is about. It's like planting little seeds and then having the patience, tending to the soil and protecting the crop from the harsh elements of the outer world while everything grows. And it's sort of out of their hands in a way, but it's a very conscious effort, to get beyond that 5 of Cups. I've been thinking it's involving a third party. When you look at the 5 of Cups, you can see the 3 of Cups here. And when you look at the 4 of Cups, you can see the 3 cups here. And I almost said, I think you heard me say the 3 cups thing is feeling very interesting to me. And now that's it. There's regret and some sadness, this feminine, something with a third party. As I said before, I'm not seeing a cheating picture here. I'm not seeing anything like that. It could be for some of you, but that's not what the cards say. What the cards tell me is that this masculine is extricating themselves. This was very similar to the Gemini reading, as a matter of fact. But I feel like they're exiting some other situation. They are very guarded and have to maintain these impeccable boundaries, right? Impeccable boundaries, and be very careful and cautious and guarded because they're exiting some other situation. That's just what's coming through. They're really pushing through. 9 of Wands, keeping an eye on the situation. They can only offer little bits at a time. They can't really give over as much as they may want to. But the transformation, that's why they're moving slowly, and they are feeling trapped, and they're emotionally detached from this feminine because there's a conflict. That conflict to me usually represents an outside interference of some sort. Okay, so I spit all that out to say that I feel like this feminine, it understands to some degree that this is out of their control, and it's just a matter of time. They have to be patient around this, the sadness they're feeling with regard to third party energy. And it's possible that in this situation that this feminine is actually the third party. If the masculine has been involved in some other connection that they're getting out of, it's very likely in this scenario that the two counterparts met first, and that connection wasn't yet over. And that's very hurtful, and that can leave somebody feeling very much out in the cold, right? Through no fault of their own. It's not like, we all go out looking for people that are already involved. It's not, most of us don't have that as part of our agenda, but sometimes it happens. And when it does, it can be very painful for the person who's on the outside looking in. And that's what I see here. I feel the frustration, and yet some measure of patience. And yes, there we have the strength card underneath. This feminine will persevere, will summon up the strength and courage and the confidence to keep moving forward, to overcome this obstacle, this challenge. Wonderful. Okay, so if this is your storyline Libra, you know the drill. There is a link below in the top sentence or two of the description box that says click here for your extended. And I am changing it up a little bit. The 3 cards I'm going to pull for you is, what is the situation? What are you two dealing with? And that's one card. The next card is, what is the block, the challenge, or the dynamic around that situation? The block between you, the challenge between you, the dynamic between you around that situation, and then what can you do about it, or what can you expect to come of it? So that's a deeper dive now, and then a message from this masculine. What do they want the feminine to know? What would they like you to know? And the feminine, what does the feminine want the masculine to know? And then one card for you, Libra, from your higher self, spirit, or the universe. That will come in the form of advice of some sort. Sometimes it's a warning, other times it's confirmation, and other times it's like a B12 shot, giving you a little pep talk. And then the outcome position is, what can you expect going forward from this scenario, and in what time frame? If timing's a factor, it would show up there. So I hope you'll join me. I'll be there in just a second. Otherwise, Libra, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on a future reading. Take care. Bye.